My name is Riku Anami. I'm 24 years old. I work at a company with about a dozen employees, but there is a male employee that many people despise in the office.
No. You should take cookies to Anamori Company Limited, eh? Not those things. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, but can you go buy cookies instead? What about these, though? I'll buy them off you. I'll pay you later, so give me the receipt. Machimura-san, did you need something with the CEO?
The person who is handling G-Ware are telling me that they want to send an email to our CEO, so I came here to talk to him, but he doesn't seem to be around.
Oh, it's totally fine. You don't go straight to the CEO over things with Jiwari-san. You just let me know right away, okay?
Sir?
So, what did Jiwari-san say?
It's about something that was decided on the other day.
Yamada-san is so naggy and always acts like he's so amazing. He's been working here since the company started, so he's super close to the CEO, but he acts like he's the CEO.
The real CEO is always in his office, and we almost never actually get to talk to him. Nothing that Yamada-san seems much more CEO-like to us anyway. Honestly, I don't have a good impression of Yamada-san either. He told me as soon as I started working here that he wanted me to talk to him if I had anything to talk about with the CEO. I thought it was a little weird.
Why is the CEO letting him do whatever he wants like that?
I mean, I really do have to talk to Yamada-san when I have something to talk about with the CEO. Whatever happens between the CEO and us, Yamada-san is always in the middle. On top of that, he's always making little demands and orders that don't really make any sense. It seems like he's trying to micromanage everything in the office, so it really rubs everyone, including me, the wrong way. It's really nice that we never have any real overtime at our office, though.
Nami-kun, your desk is way too messy, so I want you to go ahead and clean it up before you leave, okay?
Okay.
When the desk is all messy, it can really make you distracted. Some people actually might feel a little unpleasant from that, you know?
I'm sorry, sir. It's really not that messy. He's so picky. I guess I'll just run back home and watch some videos while I eat dinner. Wait, what? Where's my phone? Shit! Did I leave it on my desk when I was cleaning up the desk? I must have just left it there. I wonder if they're already closed. It's open!
Does Nogi want to run my company into the ground? No, sir, I was the one that did that. It wasn't Nogi-kun. Then you must be the one that wants to run this company into the ground, huh? That's not true either, sir. Machimura is also horrible with handling phone calls. Everyone around here is just useless. That's because I didn't teach Machimura well, sir. Machimura-san is doing an incredible job. Then what about Hanami? Did you warn Hanami? Yes, sir. I did. Did you really tell him? He's got a pile of junk at his desk again. It's like a damned landfill. People who make trash are trash. I'm gonna lecture him my damn self. I told him a little late, so I think he might clean it up tomorrow. I want you to give him a little bit longer to clean up, huh?
What is going on here? The CEO was directing all this unreasonable anger towards Yamada-san, and Yamada-san was doing his best to just calm down the CEO. After hearing Yamada-san talking, I could tell that he really cared about his employees and he was trying to protect all of us. Wait, so was Yamada-san being annoyingly naggy to everyone because he didn't want us getting chewed out by the CEO? Was he acting as our shield? The next day, Yamada-san doing the same as he usually does. He was being chewed out like crazy yesterday by the CEO.
Who was getting chewed out by the CEO? Yamada-san was covering for us?
Yes, Yamada-san is always nagging at us because he wanted to keep us under the radar from the CEO. I think that he was doing all of that to make it so that we wouldn't cause any trouble and the CEO wouldn't blow up on us.
I know that the CEO is a fairly short fuse, but I didn't think he ever gets mad at us directly. I didn't realize that that was thanks to Yamada-san. I want to talk to everyone about this. Nogi-kun and Machimura-san were both thinking about transferring to new jobs because they didn't want to deal with Yamada-san. I don't know if they'll change their minds, but I think we should at least tell them the truth, right?
Yeah, how about we all make a little group chat and go grab some drinks?
That sounds good.
That night, I invited everyone out for drinks. It was pretty sudden, so not everyone could go, but 5 people actually showed up. I told them that Yamada-san wasn't just being annoying. He was actually trying to cover for us from the CEO. He's been trying to protect us by making sure that the CEO wouldn't explode at us.
Are you sure about that? You really didn't just overhear that and he just happened to be getting chewed out by the CEO?
But the CEO wasn't talking bad or getting mad about Yamada-san. He was only talking about everyone else in the office. Yamada-san kept saying that it was all his fault and covering for us. I think that he was asking us to talk to him so that we didn't have to put up the CEO's wrath directly.
I didn't realize he was someone with that much bravery.
Well, come to think of it, I think he nags at us all the time, but he tries his best to let us go home on time. But he's always staying super late at work, till like 10 p.m. sometimes. I heard that from the security guard.
Huh? Wait, Yamada-san is seriously staying behind for that long? The other day, I heard from Abamura-san when I went by to talk to our rep there. Apparently, our CEO and the CEO of Abamori got in an argument over the snacks that they brought. Someone who worked here before I started took some of those snacks to the CEO, and it turned into a big problem. Yamada-san just stopped me from doing the same thing. I see. So, things like don't talk about Jawari-san to the CEO, or you have to call Hideri first thing in the morning, these are all related to incidents that happened in the past.
But I mean, you only heard that once, so it could just be a one-time thing. Maybe he hasn't been doing it in the whole time. I mean, maybe so, but I heard the CEO talking, and after hearing what Yamada-san was saying, that was the way I felt.
Okay then, I'm gonna go ask Yamada-san what's really going on right now.
That's right. It's not even 10 p.m. yet. Maybe he's still in the office. I'll go too.
Then I'll go too.
Let's all go. All right, time to go home.
Yamada-san!
Huh? What's going on, guys?
Has the CEO already left?
Yeah, he's gone home. What's going on?
We need to talk to you, sir. Yamada-san, you were talking to the CEO last night in the CEO's office, right?
Were you listening to that, Anami-kun?
I'm sorry, I just came back to get something I forgot and I happened to hear you two. Were you always covering for us like that?
It's not really that big of a deal. I just want to tell the CEO the truth so that there are no misunderstandings, is all. I've been working here since the company started, but I know that the CEO isn't a team player. So many employees have come and gone, so the only person that is still around from when the company started is me. I know how difficult things are when we don't have enough employees, so I just try to stand between the CEO and their employees to try to keep people from leaving. It's all for my own good. Don't worry about it.
Yamada-san. Yamada-san phrased it in a way that made him not sound good. But I could tell that he was just saying that so that we wouldn't feel guilty. And I wasn't the only person that felt that way either. We informed the rest of the CEOs about what was going on, and we started working extra hard on our jobs. Nogi-kun and Machimura-san both reconsidered transferring out thanks to Yamada-san's actions. I hope Yamada-san doesn't get chewed out over this by the CEO.
I feel like everyone is being extra considerate of me. I told them not to worry about it, but did they not buy it? Well, rats. There are a lot of great employees here.
Then one day, the CEO's daughter, Nagomi Motawa-san, joined our workforce. All the employees already accepted that Yamada-san was definitely someone on our side. We were all starting to get pretty frustrated over the runaway CEO, so we were all pretty cautious of Motawa-san as well. Everyone is avoiding dealing with Motoa-san because they're cautious, but this has to be kind of sad for her. Motoa-san, would you like to go grab lunch with me today?
Huh? Are you sure?
Yeah, only if you're up for it.
I'd love to.
This restaurant is fairly close to the office and cheap. It's also really good too, so I highly recommend it.
I see. I guess I'll come here starting tomorrow then.
How are things at work? Are you starting to get used to the swing of things?
Well, I don't think there are any problems with work, but I kind of get the vibe that people are avoiding me, so that makes me a little sad.
Oh, really? Everyone is a little busy right now, so maybe it just feels like they're not paying attention to you because they're too busy?
Yamada-san doesn't seem to avoid me, but he seems to be so naggy, and he won't stop nagging about stuff that doesn't seem that important, so it's a little tiring.
But Yamada-san is not a bad guy, you know. All the little details that he's talking about are there because he doesn't want to cause any problems for you. If you remember it once, it's really not big of a deal.
He's so naggy, but he's got a lot of respect, huh? That's amazing. Nothing like my dad.
But that is very hard to react to. Afterwards, I continued to try to be considerate so that Motoa-san wasn't completely isolated in the office. People slowly started to warm up to her after seeing that I was talking to her without any problems, but right when the office morale started to improve, Yamada-san actually ended up having to take off for a month because he was sick.
I think this is an emergency.
I know. It's gotta be stress, right?
Maybe our work wasn't enough to cut back on how much he's gonna put up with.
Is it really that big of a deal because one person took off?
Well, Yamada-san is the one positive energy that this company has. I think that if Yamada-san were to ever leave this company, we are all screwed.
Inami-san, I don't think that's something that you should be saying to the CEO's daughter, no?
Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay. I have some reservations about what's going on here. My dad is quite selfish back at home as well, so I was a little worried that he might be the same way when we were at the office, but apparently my dad is quite the character in the company. Would you be able to share with me what you know about my dad? I want to know what he's done throughout your time here.
I mustered up the courage to tell her everything that has happened in the company. It felt like even if I told the truth, Motoa-san wouldn't do anything against me. Then,
I see. So it seems like my dad really is a troublemaker. I'm starting to get angry just hearing your stories. I think it's time to report this back to my uncle.
your uncle?
My dad's older brother. He was the one that funded this whole operation to begin with. He's actually one of the presidents of the company.
You know, I feel like I remember seeing a name that I'd never seen before on our website.
My uncle was letting my dad handle everything, so he didn't show up over here, but he did not do that to make an office where all its employees would want to run away to the opposite direction. I'm gonna have my uncle have a heart-to-heart with my dad.
Unlike the selfish CEO, the daughter was quite a reasonable person. Motoa-san called the uncle and immediately he showed up to the office and listened to everything that we had to say. Yamada-san, currently resting, got a call from Yamada-san and said everything he knew. The uncle was furious and immediately lectured our CEO. He was released of his position as CEO and the uncle took over the company as CEO and president. He then chose Yamada-san to be the COO. By the time Yamada-san came back into the office, it was a completely different workplace and very clean.
I'm sorry for all the trouble that I put you through. I want to personally thank you for putting up with my younger brother and my horrible behavior. I want you to continue to work with us to grow this company.
Just hearing those words is enough for me to feel like all of my hard work has paid off. Thank you so much, sir.
The office seems so much better at work now. It's all thanks to you, Mitsuo-san. Thank you so much.
Everyone was always looking at me with a worried look on their face, so I'm glad that they stopped that now.
I mean, if you think about who they thought was your father, then I think it's understandable why they acted that way.
But even while everyone was afraid to talk to me, You were the one proactively trying to make sure I didn't feel lonely. I was so happy.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought that I really didn't want this company to go under just because of my dad's selfish behavior, because then I wouldn't be able to work with you, Inami-san. That's why I kept working hard. Would you be interested in maybe grabbing a bite to eat sometime?
I'd love that. Let me know. I'm a pretty free guy, so I think I can go whenever you want.
Okay.
The company was completely reworked, and it is a very comfortable environment to work at now. We have way more employees working for us now. Of course, the person at the center of this is a slightly naggy but very dependable Yamada CEO. I hope to be someone like him one day.
Protecting your employees when no one is even looking. What a total badass. I'm really glad that the CEO's daughter and older brother were both reasonable people, though.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications.